Hello everyone, Olivia here, and I am just going to take you through your yoga practice today, specifically focusing on really releasing through the breath as much as you can, using the breath to help both energize our body and relax our body. So there will be times that we'll be flowing through where we're working a little more energy through the body, and then we're working just to calm the spirit, to calm everything down as we hold into some of our positions. So as always, it is never about how deep you come into a pose, but that you feel it in the places that you need to feel it, okay? Both physically and for that emotional release that we need as well. So focus on finding that stretch from the belly of the muscle, so about the middle part of the muscle. So if we're talking about the thighs, more through the middle part of the muscle, not too much at one joint or another. So just find an easy seated pose for you. I'm taking a position on my knees just for the hips, still working a little recovery there. And we're just going to focus on the breath, noticing your inhale and releasing through your exhale. So we begin to focus that even breath in and out of the nose. Feeling length through the spine, but a release through the shoulders. Deep breath in, full breath out. Once more, inhale and exhale. Gently bringing the arms to the side. A gentle sweep up with the arms as we inhale and a gentle release of the arms down as we exhale. Finding that full wingspan, just lifting up. Exhale, releasing down. Finding that lift as much through the spine as through the arms. Lifting and releasing. Once more, a deep breath up. Lifting, and then reach up, out, and over as you fold, just releasing the hands down towards the mat, just releasing the head, letting the head hang long, maybe even tucking the chin towards the chest, and just finding your breath here. One more deep breath. And then very gently, just starting to walk yourself up, one backbone at a time, coming back to our seated position and rolling the shoulders up, back and down. Gently sweeping the arms overhead. And again, we reach forward, hinging at the waist, just like a subtle bow down, relaxing the top of the head. Maybe just releasing through the head, maybe a subtle nod of the head, yes. And gently on your next inhale, bringing the hands back in, coming back up to your seated position, rolling the shoulders back and down. Once more, sweeping up and reaching up, out, and forward. Relaxing the head down, releasing the forehead towards the mat. It does not have to touch, but we're just allowing the back of the neck to release. One more deep breath here, and a full exhale. Gently rounding up one backbone at a time, coming up to your seated position, lifting the shoulders up, back, and down. Inhale, sweep the arms overhead. Exhale and reach forward. This time we add in a small flat back, tucking the chin towards the chest, flattening out the back as we inhale. And bending the elbows, folding forward as we exhale. Walking the hands in, bringing the upper body back up to that upright position, shoulders up, back, and down. Two more, lift. Reach up, out, and over. Flatten out through the back as we lengthen. Exhale, bend the elbows, relax the head forward. Walking the hands in to help the torso back up. Finding our lift, shoulders up, back, and down. Sweep the arms overhead. And gently reach the arms forward as we fold, tucking the chin towards the chest. Flatten out the back as we inhale, gently folding forward as we exhale. Walking the hands in, one backbone at a time. Shoulders up, back and down. Just to sweep up with the arms. Remain seated and just bring the arms back down to your side. One more time, inhale, lift. And bring the arms back down to your side. Good, sitting up nice and tall. Now if you have the legs in a cross-legged position, cross them the opposite direction this time. Again, I'm just remaining on the knees here just to guard through that hip, protecting through the rotation for just a little bit longer here as I continue to rehab the hip. Shoulders come up, back and down. Gently sweep the arms overhead. Sweep the arms back out to the side. Again, sweeping the arms up, just going for an even opening through the hips as we cross the legs the other direction. Once more, sweeping up and reaching the arms out to the side. This time we add in that forward fold. Big inhale and lift towards the ceiling. Exhale, reaching up, out, and over as we fold. And just let the head relax here. Allowing the hips to push back and releasing through the head, the neck, the shoulders. Just finding breath here. Breathing in through the hips. Once more. Gently using the hands to walk yourself back in, coming back up to a seated position. Maybe a shoulder roll at the top. Again, sweep the arms overhead. Engage through the belly, nice and deep, and then reach up, out, and over as we fold forward, just finding that surrender into our forward fold. Arms can stay extended, they can bend just wherever we need it here. Tucking the chin towards the chest, and then maybe a nod of the head yes, or even a shake of the head no, just releasing the neck down, releasing the head down. Head gently coming back to center, and walking the hands in as we come back to a seated position. Lifting the shoulders up, back and down. Again, finding the length through the torso and through the arms. Reach forward as we fold. And this time, add in a small flat back. Inhale. Exhale, maybe a bend of the elbows to guide the upper body down. Gently walking the hands in. Maybe a round of the shoulders up, back and down to stack through the spine if that feels right. Inhale, lift. Exhale, reach forward. Lengthen out the spine into a flat back position. Fold forward as you exhale, breathing into the hips through the full length of the spine, rounding up one backbone at a time, walking up to your seated position. Once more, sweeping the arms overhead and reaching the arms forward as we fold. Exhale. Flat back, inhale. Forward fold. Walking the hands in, coming gently up to a seated position. Lifting the shoulders up, back, and down. Perfect. Bracing through the belly. We're going to transition onto our hands and knees, all fours. So you can remain forward. I'm going to turn to the side for you just a little bit here. Relaxing through the tops of the feet. Spine nice and long. Shoulders back and down. Nice big inhale as we lengthen through the spine. So the back is nice and flat here. We exhale and arch the back towards the ceiling, tucking the chin towards the chest. Level out the spine back in that tabletop position, and maybe a small release into the hips as we gaze forward into cow. Exhale, arching the back up towards the ceiling. Feel that contraction through the front of the body as we stretch through the back of the body. And then start to feel that contraction through the back of the body as the front of the body starts to stretch. One more time, arching up. Nice neutral position with the spine and a small sway. Gently coming back to that neutral position. Good, I'm going to face forward one more time for you. You can take the knees out a little bit wider this time and press back into a child's pose, reaching the arms out long in front, relaxing the head, the neck, the chest down. You can release the forehead down towards the mat. I'm going to take a block here, if you have one handy, and we can just place the forehead on the block to help just release the body into the mat a bit more, allowing everything to relax and release down. Focusing on the opening through the hips and that stretch through the outer part of the thigh. One more deep breath here. Gently coming back up onto all fours. I'm just going to slide the block in front. We're going to come back into that cat-cow position. We're going to start to exaggerate those motions a bit more, lengthening out through the spine as we inhale. Exhale, arch the back towards the ceiling, tucking the pelvis in. Nice big inhale, lengthening the spine, and then letting the back start to sway. Exhale as we arch up. Inhale to that neutral position, and then a small sway in the back, looking forward. Two more times here, arching up. Neutral position with the spine, and that sway. Last time, big arch up towards the ceiling. Into that neutral spine or a tabletop back, and then a sway forward. Good, lengthening out, coming back into that neutral spine position, taking the knees out wide. Once more, nice big inhale. Press the hips back towards the heels, but this time keep the upper body up just a bit higher. So we're pressing back into the hips, but we're keeping the chest lifted. So we don't have the full opening through the hips as if we were sitting up nice and tall, but we get more opening through the hips here. So I just want you to relax and breathe into the hips. Soften the elbows just a bit. One more deep inhale. Full exhale. This time we take a deep breath in. And then we bend through the elbows and gently work the upper body back down, maybe into an extended child's pose position, just relaxing the head down. Again, you can take that block to the forehead if it feels good, just releasing through the spine. Releasing the weight of the head onto the block. Releasing through the neck. One more deep breath here. Gently coming back up onto our all fours position. And we can keep the block in front. We can slide it forward, maybe using it to keep the hands about shoulder width apart. This time working through our cat-cow, knees hip width apart, relaxing the tops of the feet, lengthen out the spine as we inhale, arch the back towards the ceiling as we exhale, really tucking under, gazing towards the belly button. Nice neutral spine, and then swaying the back to look forward if that feels okay. Good, I'll show you from the side, that profile view. Exhale, arching up. Nice neutral spine, and a small sway, so the pelvis, feeling that opening through the hips, rounding up. Neutralizing the spine and swaying to feel that stretch through the belly. Once more, arching up. So we continue to flow through these movements here. Relaxing through the spine and looking forward. This time, arch the back towards the ceiling and we hold in this stretch here. So I'm going to take another deep inhale, exhale, pressing my spine towards the ceiling as much as I can. One more deep inhale. Exhale, arching towards the ceiling. Inhale, come to a neutral spine. Hold here. Exhale, a gentle release of the pelvis as we gaze forward into cow. Nice neutral spine, gazing down at the hands. Cow position as we let the back sway and we look forward. 2 more, just a neutral spine. A sway of the back. Neutral position. And a sway of the back. Nice and neutral position once more. Perfect. We're going to we'll face forward again. We're going to come into a bird dog position. So, working to find that length through the spine. So we first want to find that balance through the hips, releasing the hands down towards the mat. You can curl the toes under just to get a little stretch through the sole of the foot if that feels okay. Tops of the feet can relax down if needed. So we're going to start with just an extension through the right arm starting to reach forward. Notice the grounding down into the left arm. Gently bring the right arm back down. Left arm starts to lift this time, and then gently lowering back down. Now, just the right leg. It can extend and the toes can stay down on the floor, and we can start to lift the foot up, gently bringing that knee back under. And the left side, again, toes can graze the ground or lift up and coming back down. We'll do one more set of those. Right arm reaching forward and back down. Notice the movement through the joint. Reach the left arm forward and back down. Right foot extends back. It can lift off the ground if that feels okay. And back to center. Left side, pressing the foot back. So we want the hips facing the floor the whole time and the shoulders facing the floor. Good. Coming into right hand to left leg if that feels okay. Finding the full extension out long. And then back down. Left hand, right leg, extending back and releasing down. Again, right side, left foot. You can continue this one hand and then the other, one foot and then the other, reaching long. 2 more sets. Right side reaching long. Right arm, left leg, gently landing. Left arm, right leg, extend and down. One more set on the right arm, left leg, extending out, bringing it down. Left side, extend and lower. Good. Taking the knees out wide, driving the hips back here, keeping the upper body up for just another breath or 2. And then when you're ready, we can gently start to lower down. Relaxing the head to a block if that feels okay. Even take the block a bit higher here, just relaxing and releasing through the shoulders and the length of the neck. Releasing into the hips. Inhale. Exhale. Deep breath in. And a full breath out. One more time, breathing in and breathing out. Gently beginning to straighten the arms, lifting the head back up, pressing back into the hips just a bit more here. We can gently release through the block. Coming back up onto all fours. One more time. We're going to work through that flowing motion through cat and cow. Hands are shoulder width apart, spreading through the fingers, grounding down, knees hip width apart. Lengthen through the spine as we inhale. Arch towards the ceiling as we exhale. Big exhale out. Inhale, nice neutral spine. And that sway forward if it feels okay to the low back. Exhale, arching up. Separating through the shoulder blades, pressing up through the mid-back. Inhale, neutral spine, and a small sway down, stretching through the abdominals. Exhale, arching up. Neutral spine, and a small sway. One more time, arching up, pressing the earth away, pressing into your hands. Nice neutral spine, and then swaying through the back. Coming back to that neutral spine position. Holding here, just grounding down through the feet. Through the knees, through the hands. Soft through the elbows. Feel the stacking of the hips on top of the thigh bone as it comes down over the knees. Relax through the shoulders and just feel the stacking of bone on bone. That's where we find our strength, stacking bone on bone, lengthening through the spine here. And gently coming to a seated position. So we'll bring the feet around. And just for even opening through the hips, we're going to bring the soles of the feet together, lifting up through the spine. So your legs may open a bit more than mine. Again, I have some guarding, some tightness through. So I'm just going to use a block to help prop through, just to relax through the leg a little bit more. So using the blocks can help just to relax into a position a bit more. I'm going to go ahead and take my other block, even though I don't really need it on this side, just to help that even balance opening through the hips. Nice big inhale as we lift. Relax through the shoulders here as we exhale. So we can gently just start to take the hands to the knees. Sit up nice and tall through the spine. Inhale. Exhale, relaxing your shoulders down your back. Let them just fall down the back. Now a nice big inhale. As you exhale, with the flat back, we're just gently going to slide the hands down towards the feet, coming into a forward fold. We can't fold forward anymore here. We're just gently going to relax the head down towards the legs. As you inhale, start to scoop the head forward. Look towards the front of the room. We should feel more opening through the hips as we start to lift through the chest. I'm going to slide my hands back onto my knees, holding on here, and coming into a cat stretch, pressing back. Nice big inhale as we lift, sitting up to a nice neutral spine. Slide the hands down the legs, coming into a forward fold, as much of a flat back as you can maintain. And that very last little bit, tucking the chin, relaxing through the shoulders. Inhale as we scoop the head to look forward and begin to sit up nice and tall. Slide out onto the legs and release back, tucking the chin towards the chest. Sitting up nice and tall. So working through a seated cat-cow movement, coming forward here, relaxing the chin towards the chest, scooping the head to lift up. So we're working those same types of positions as in our cat-cow. Exhale, arching back. So here we have that cat stretch back. Inhale, we sit up nice and tall, just like that tabletop neutral spine position. I start to fold forward, and then I start to tuck the head. When I start to scoop forward, it's like coming into that cow position, starting to open through the front of the body as we lift up, sliding out onto the knees and pressing back. Let's take one more into a flowing motion, lifting up nice and tall. Exhale, fold. Inhale, scoop and lift. Exhale, arch back. This time, creating a bit of a holding pattern. Inhale, lift up. Take an extra breath here, just feeling the spine completely stack. Inhale. Gently bring the chest forward as you exhale. Relax the shoulders, relax the chin towards the chest, taking an extra breath. Inhale. Exhale. As we inhale, gently scoop the head. Start to look towards the front of the room. Feel that scoop through the back. Feel that opening through the hips. One more breath here. Start to sit up nice and tall as we inhale. And then arch back, holding on to the knees, coming into our cat stretch, just releasing through the back here. Maybe pressing a bit more into the right side. And then maybe over to the left, just feeling that opening through the shoulder blades. Maybe it feels best for you to just push straight back wherever you need that. Drive back. Inhale, sit up nice and tall. And release. Perfect. We're going to bring the knees together. Now we're going to start to extend the feet out long and in front. So we want to keep the feet flexed here, just as if we were standing on the feet, to keep the back of the legs nice and active. Inhale, lifting through the spine. Shoulders coming back and down, and we're just going to rest the hands down by the hips. So we're going to try not to hunch through the shoulders, but again, it depends on how long the length of the arms are. So longer arms, you may feel yourself pressing up a bit more. Shorter arms, you may feel the shoulders start to sink down. As long as we have that lift through the back and we relax through the shoulders, we're coming into the correct position. So I want you to feel that deep engagement into the belly. So the belly's not flattening out here, but we feel those deeper abdominal muscles start to contract and hold to support through the back. 2 more deep breaths here. Keeping the feet active and flexed. Inhale and exhale. Good. 1 more deep breath. Very much about working with and finding the breath. This time, we're going to bring the arms out to the side, fingertips just resting down. Spine is still nice and long. Sweep the arms up towards the ceiling, maybe a gaze up towards the ceiling. And as you exhale, reach up, out, and over. We're reaching towards the feet, but we don't have to touch them. Relax the chin towards the chest. Relax everything down towards the legs and round up one backbone at a time. Feeling the backbone start to stack as we engage through the abdominal muscles. A shoulder roll up, back and down. Sweep the arms overhead and reach up, out, and over as we fold. Relax and surrender the chest towards the thighs as much as you can. And then begin to come back to your seated position, feeling that engagement through the belly. Lifting up, back, and down. 2 more, sweeping up. So feeling that movement through the body. Feeling the control of the muscles. Feeling the release into the stretch. Rounding up one backbone at a time. Lifting the shoulders up, back, and down. Sweeping up. This time we reach forward and we hold into this position. Holding into our forward fold, wherever that fold may come. And I want you to relax through your shoulders and just relax the hands wherever they will fall. You can take a hold of the feet if you can reach towards them. You can take the hands along the outside of the calves. Maybe the palms just rest down on the floor. The spine is nice and long. We're going to inhale to a flat back, and we're going to surrender into our forward fold as we exhale. Inhale to a flat back. Surrender into our forward fold. Flat back. And surrender into our forward fold. Gently coming back up to our seated position. Feel the abdominals work, and then feel the back muscles start to complement them as they work together to lift back to our seated position. Arms out to the side. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, reach forward. Just a bit of a reset here. Let the arms fall where they will. Gently round up one backbone at a time. Again, drawing our attention to the engagement of the belly and the back muscles together. One more time here. Sweep up. Exhale and reach forward. Gently rounding ourselves up, working with the breath back to our seated position. Working into a bit of a holding pattern here. Arms come out to the side. One more deep breath just in our seated position. Relaxing the shoulders and releasing down as we engage through the back. Inhale, sweep the arms overhead. Reach forward, that hinge at the waist, trying to keep as flat of a back as you can, just so we find more of that length through the back. Relax the forehead towards the legs, maybe more towards the shins. Flatten out the back as we inhale. Surrender forward into your forward fold and take 2 breaths here. A deep inhale, relax your shoulders on the exhale. Again, we don't want to use the arms to muscle into the position. They just guide us into it. Flat back as we inhale. Forward fold as we exhale. Maybe finding a bit deeper. Forward fold. Not forcing though, just allowing the body to open into the position it needs to. Back of the body finding opening through the stretch. Even though we're kind of closing in on ourselves, think of the outer part, the back of the body stretching through. Flatten out the back as we inhale. And gently fold forward as we exhale. 2 more breaths here. Breathing into where you may feel that the most. Go ahead and take 1 more deep breath here. Full surrender into the position, relaxing the shoulders, relaxing the arms. Round up 1 backbone at a time. Gently finding your lift back to center, shoulders up, back and down. Perfect. Deep breath in. Full breath out. Once more, inhale. And exhale. Gently working into a bit of a twist here. We're going to bring the right leg in. Left leg is going to stay extended out long, and the sole of the foot is going to stay nice and flat. We're going to bring the right leg in as close as is comfortable for you. So this depends on your range of motion in your knee and into your hip. We just want to make sure we're completely grounded and we're not starting to dump over onto the left side or even come over onto the right. Everything nice and centered. Big inhale as we lift here. And then gently bring your chest towards the thigh as much as you can. So it's going to be more along the right side of your body. Holding the leg in with both hands. Nice big inhale. And then as you exhale, take the left arm around the right leg just a bit more. So maybe we have enough range that we can bring it right about the elbow to hold in. If not, just use the hand and the forearm to hold the leg in. It doesn't need to, we don't want it to cross the midline. Just keeping the knee nice and lifted. Now with the right shoulder, we're going to lift that right shoulder up back and around as we start to add into that twist. Now we can add 2 more here if your body feels ready. Lift up, back, and around. So it's a gentle movement through, working through that shoulder blade. One more time. Up, back, and around. Now, bring a big shoulder roll forward as we come out of that twist, but we still maintain the position with the left arm. Feeling some of that stretch through the back of the left arm and into the shoulder. Chest is lifted. Still pressing into the right thigh just a little bit more. Again, on the right shoulder, up, back, and around. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Again, up, back, and around. So our gaze can start to follow the shoulder a bit more. One more time, lifting up, back, and around if that feels right for you. Big shoulder roll forward, coming forward one more time. So we're gauging the range to move through. This time we're going to be holding as we come into that full twisting position wherever that is right for you. Nice big inhale. Lift the shoulder up, back, and around, coming onto the side. One more time if that feels good. And if you can manage, once more. Up, back, and around. So it's again what we want to feel in the body. Never pushing to the point of pain, but finding where we really need that stretch. Listening to and trusting your body. Respecting your body. One more deep breath here. Gently bringing that right shoulder up, back, and around. This time I'm going to take the right arm around the right leg, and we're just going to counter that stretch nice and slow. We had a closed twist before. Now we're starting to open up to the side, but we want to be gentle with the back. So lifting through the chest, small shoulder roll on the left, just up, back, and around. Maybe not as intense as on the other side. Up, back, and around. Maybe once more. Bringing the shoulder forward. One more time, flowing through, lifting up, back, and around. Always moving with the breath. Allowing the breath to guide you. Bringing it forward. Notice I'm not putting any weight into the left hand. Lifting up, back, and around. I'm really using my right hand to keep me upright, or the right arm. Up, back, and around. Once more. Up, back, and around. We hold here. So I'm holding the position, really utilizing my right arm. Left arm could lift. I just don't want to prop a bunch of weight into it. Really working stability through the torso. One more deep breath. And gently bringing that shoulder forward. Inhale and exhale. We'll gently allow that hip to open as we bring the leg out to the side, just working the sole of the foot in, hips still facing forward. Arms come out to the side, sweep the arms overhead, and gently just reach forward into a fold, just relaxing into a fold wherever you can. Inhale to a small flat back. Exhale and fold forward. Inhale to a small flat back. Exhale and just surrender forward here. Relax the shoulders, relax the head, chest coming down towards the thigh, thinking of finding that length. Now, the hip opening on the right side may cause you to fold a bit deeper. It may limit your fold forward, just depending on that position and how open your hips are. Just breathe into it. Release into the right hip. Release into the left calf and hamstrings. One more deep breath. Gently using your hands to walk the upper body back up as you inhale, back to your seated position. We're going to bring that right leg back in and gently extend it out in front. We're going to come back into our forward fold, just flowing through to begin with. Sweep the arms overhead. Just a reset through the hips as we start to come forward, relaxing the upper body towards the lower body and gently coming up back to the seated position. Shoulders up, back and down. 2 more. Lift up. Reach forward. Gently coming back to your seated position. One more time, lifting up. Reaching forward. Let's take an extra breath in this forward fold, relaxing through the shoulders, through the back of the legs. Inhale. Exhale. And gently come back to your seated position. Bracing through the belly. Good. Bringing the left knee in. Just as close as is comfortable. The sole of the foot is going to come down. Again, we want that even placement with the hips. We want the right foot nice and flat. Lifting up through the spine, relaxing through the shoulders, bracing through the belly. So we find lift up and then just a small hinge forward with more of a flat back into the left knee. Now we're going to take that left arm and we're just going to hug in just to hold here. Or both hands can hold here. One more deep breath. Now, inhale. I'm going to take my right arm forward and then hook it around the left arm. Again, we're not crossing the midline with the knee. We're keeping everything centered a bit more, but the torso starts to turn a little bit more, and we're going to add that shoulder roll on the left side. So the left shoulder lifts up, back, and around. We hold here if this is enough. If you can take a bit more, you feel like the body needs it, we can roll up, back, and around once more. And one more time if that feels okay. Rolling the left shoulder forward. And a bit of a reset here. Still keeping a hold with the right arm onto the left leg. Left shoulder lifts up, back, and around. Up, back, and around. Up, back, and around. And a rotation forward, rolling forward here. Good. This time we come back and we hold. So you hold wherever you need to. Lift up, back, and around. If this is good, we stay here. If you need more, we go up, back, and around. Gaze can start to follow the shoulder. Maybe one more time, up, back, and around. Again, not weight, propping back into the left arm. Really using the right arm, keeping the torso nice and tall. Breathing into the twist. Breathing into your strength and stability. Finding ease into the position. And gently rolling the left shoulder forward. Taking the left arm around the left knee. Squaring through the hips once more. And then working through the right side just to work to counter that stretch. We want to work gently into the countering of the stretch so that we don't twist the back too quickly. That's why we think of leading with the shoulder. Up, back, and around. Again, if it feels right for you. Once more. Breathing here. Gently letting the left knee come out to the side. Again, I'm going to use my block here just for a little more guidance through. Squaring everything up to the center, arms out to the side. Gentle lift up towards the ceiling. Lift up, out, and over as you fold. Exhaling down. Gently bringing yourself back up to your seated position. Feel the engagement through the core, belly and back muscles working. Inhale. Exhale. Rounding up on the inhale, finding our length. Again, inhale, lift. Exhale, reach forward. Holding here. Maybe adding in a small flat back and a fold. Maybe a flat back and a hold. Inhale and exhale. Gently coming up to your seated position. Shoulders coming back and down. Bringing that right leg up, and then, or left leg up, and then gently extending out in front. Adding in our forward fold, resetting through the hips. Finding that nice length through the torso, fingertips down. Sweep the arms up and overhead. Add that hinge forward as it feels right for you. Relax the hands down. Gently coming back to your seated position. Inhale. Exhale, reaching forward. Gently bringing yourself back up. Rolling back and down. Inhale. Exhale, sweep forward this time. Adding a small flat back. Inhale. Forward fold. Flat back. Forward fold. Flat back. And forward fold. Take 2 more breaths in your folded position. Shoulders relaxed, neck relaxed, head just hanging long. Feel the length through the back of the legs. One more deep breath. Gently bringing yourself back up to your seated position. Shoulders rolling up, back and down. Perfect. We're going to come down onto our backs. Now I'm going to turn at an angle for you here, just so you can see me a little bit better. So we're going to relax back. Knees can be bent. We're just gently going to let the knees start to fan out to the side, feeling that inner thigh stretch. Working to just release through the pelvis here. Feel the stretch from the knees all the way up to the hips. We've got a strengthening through a passive contraction of the legs through the outside. We're just finding breath here. Try to release into the hips and into the low back. Adjust this position as you need. If it doesn't feel comfortable, you can take the heels either away from the body or closer to, or you can just gently start to extend your legs out long. One more deep breath here. Gently starting to bring the knees back together. Good. Heels down towards the floor. We're going to come into our bridging position. So we bring the knees just into a natural position, wherever the feet feel comfortable as far as distance from glutes. Hands come down towards the mat. And we're just gonna add in 5 bridges here, lifting on our inhale, lowering on our exhale. Pressing into the shoulders and into the feet as we inhale and find lift. Exhale and lower down. So breathing into the stretch through the back of the body, in through the front of the body. Big stretch right here. Inhale. Feel that release down as we exhale. Inhale, lift. Exhale and lower. We're going to do 2 more. Pressing into the feet, keep the knees still pointed up towards the ceiling, not letting them come in towards the midline or fan out to the side. Once more. Inhale, lift. Exhale and lower. Now, hold this position right here with the hips down. We're gently going to slide the heels in towards the glutes once more. Enough that I can feel a little more work through the legs, but not so much that the heels lift up off of the mat. Inhale, come back into your bridge position. Exhale and lower down. So notice how that may feel different into the legs. There may be more stretch through the front of the body, depending on the tightness through the hips. Inhale, lift. You may feel more hip opening. Lower down. Depending on how wide the hips are, lift. How wide the hips are because of the distance of the feet, I should say. Once more, lifting up and lowering down. Once more, we're going to slide the heels in towards the glutes. Relaxing through the shoulders. 5 more bridges. Inhale, lift. Pressing into the feet evenly, keeping the heels down. Inhale, finding that lift and the lengthening through the front of the body. Lifting on the inhale, lowering on the exhale. Driving into the feet, grounding down, finding lift and finding lowering. Once more, a big lift up and release down. Taking a breath or 2 here. You can gently start to work the feet away from the glutes if that feels comfortable. Then you can gently draw the knees in towards the chest. Hugging the knees in, maybe a gentle rock. Notice where you need that. Perhaps it's in the hips, or maybe through the low back. Just hug the knees in and gently release. In and gently release. So we're getting a glute stretch in the top of the hamstrings, a little more stretch. 1 more. Feet can come down towards the floor. And you can gently start to extend the legs out long if that feels comfortable to come into your final resting position. So the legs can come out long, hands can come out to the sides. Maybe we find that full opening position. Palms up towards the ceiling, feeling the soles or the arches of the feet start to open up towards the ceiling a bit more as the legs just fan away from the middle of your body, from our midline. We release into our shoulders. And if that's too much through the back, you can gently bend one or both knees. Finding a resting position that is most comfortable for you. We can just take the next few moments to just be still and breathe. Feeling the circulation of your breath, perhaps even letting go of an audible exhale. Just cueing the mind and the body to release. Opening through the chest, to the head. Breathing into any area your body may need after your practice today. Focusing on a nourishing breath into that area. Breath of renewal. Breath of release. Taking that breath through the body completely. Full inhale and full exhale. You can continue to lie here as the body needs. Focusing on your breath through your inhale and your exhale. Focusing on the inhale if the body needs a bit more energy. If the body just needs release and rest, focusing through your exhale. Rest here as your body needs. Focusing your breath. You can continue to lie in this position as long as it's comfortable. Breathing into your rest and finding what your body needs. Gently just closing out through our practice here. Finding breath. Finding release. Finding our renewal. Or our rest. And gently just working out of this position as you feel ready, when you feel ready. until we meet again.